All right. All right, I got it running. I had some technical glitches there. This is the I don't know, it's ninth, 10th?
Oh my God.
I think it's the 10th. I think it's 10th. 10th episode.
I'm at count.
We stopped counting. It's April 16th. This is the brand new episode of The Company. I got it right in time.
He had to think about it.
Yeah. So, all right, we got once again, we got Sosa down here. We got Jonathan down here, Izzo. We got Rich down here. We're going to talk about several topics that have happened since the last time we convened.
There was a lot, bruh.
It was quite a few things happening. We're going to leave some things out just because it's just silly. I kind of wanted to hit on the bombing, but I'm not going to.
Dude, I forgot about that. Nah, I don't.
It's just one of those things. Like, how the hell did that just happen? You know. But anyway, we'll continue. If we get to it, we'll get to it. If not, then don't blame me for trying.
Yeah.
First topic. Anybody get kicked out of Starbucks lately?
No,
I don't go there.
I don't
send white people to get me stuff. To be honest with you,
I don't.
I actually like Starbucks. I do. I like to go. You do what?
I send coworkers. I said white people. I do send them. They were normally white.
You did say white people.
Yeah.
I don't drink that shit.
All right. So the story goes: these two real estate guys, two gentlemen, happen to be of a darker hue. Going to Starbucks, waiting for going to Starbucks, waiting for a client to arrive. While they're there, they're talking amongst each other. One of the employees comes up and asks them if they want to order something. They say, "No, we're good. We're waiting on somebody." At that point, I think they asked them to leave.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they asked them to leave, and they're like, "We're not going anywhere. We have somebody coming."
Mm-hmm.
So, the employees found it a reasonable excuse to call the cops on these guys, these two black guys.
Okay.
So when they called the cops came, said that they were asked to leave. They were trespassing. Blah blah blah. When they weren't. They were just sitting there waiting for a client. When they were getting escorted out of the building in handcuffs, the client arrived. Yeah.
Oh, man.
And the client just happened to be a white guy. He's asking them questions. Why are you taking these guys to jail? Blah, blah, blah. Nothing's working. People are there taking defense of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Saying that they were sitting here not doing anything. I watched the whole thing. They still took these guys to jail. They didn't get out of jail until maybe around 2 a.m. So that is the Starbucks situation. At this point, so at this point, you have different sides kind of combating.
Yeah, exactly. I got there. Reading the whole thing, it puts a slightly different spin on it. But go ahead.
You do have the people that want to completely boycott Starbucks altogether. I think that's not necessary.
No,
because Starbucks is not branch by branch, but location by location.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Not that person doesn't work in every location.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I don't think that's necessary.
Starbuckery.
But since then they've Starbuckery. But since then they have had a few protests in that particular Starbucks, and I think they said the management has been removed.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
I mean, so real quick on that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the loitering laws here are, but back home the loitering laws was buy something and then you out in 45 minutes.
Right.
But apparently, according to the story, they weren't the only ones that didn't buy shit.
Absolutely.
Well, you got to think. I mean, Starbucks is almost like a studying building. It's a building where people go to do business.
Yeah. All right.
Absolutely.
So there's a couple of factors into this because all right. So you got one thing. You got a stupid employee. So you got that factor one. So you have So if you have, and I'm sure, and I'll be honest with you, I'm sure Starbucks has a policy in their store where it's like, if you ain't buying nothing, you're supposed to go. It's probably a policy on the books, but it's just like one of those things. It's like the example I give is like, okay, most people do 5 to 10 miles over the speed limit. It's not like you do 71. You can be stopped for doing 71 and a 70. Mm-hmm. But does it happen? Probably not. Unless someone's having a bad day, they just pick you that one day to be the person that, that winds up getting stopped. So you got that issue. Mm-hmm. 1. 2, you also have the fact that if a business tells you to leave, they don't have to give you necessarily a reason to say, I want to stay.
You're right.
So if a business says you got to go, doesn't matter whatever you're doing, you got to go. You said no. So then what they did as an escalation option, which I think is dumb, but again, they called the police because they asked these guys to leave. They weren't disorderly or anything. And I mean, again, I still think it's dumb, but they asked them to leave. They didn't. Police got there, asked them to leave. They said no. Well, in most agencies' policies, if you're removing someone from a situation for officer safety, you have to handcuff them. And I mean, and then basically what they've done is once you call the police to a situation, it doesn't become a matter of, like common sense for whatever reason on either side has been thrown out the window. Now it's like, okay, I'm here to do a function, and which is to remove the people from the building. Mm-hmm. So the thing I'm glad is that most people are not accusing law enforcement of doing anything wrong.
Nobody's saying anything about law enforcement. They were doing their job.
So I'm glad that has not been a focus of the discussion. Mm-hmm. I think at the end of the day, what this is just you have a Starbucks employee who, for whatever reason, thought it was really weird because 2 black guys happened to be sitting inside of a store waiting for somebody. You didn't like that. Their hair wasn't properly brushed or their beard was untamed at that moment. Yeah, you just like, nah.
They had new N-word haircuts.
Right. Yeah.
Shout out to Marcus.
So what happened? Yeah. So what happened is they removed the guys, and then that was the end of it. So it's at the end of the day, what it is you have company policy that was being enforced at a very selective moment in time. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
see, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying about Starbucks. People do that every day. You can go to Starbucks downtown right now. Well, not right now, but when it's open, and there's 5 or 6 people in there with nothing in front of them, just typing on a laptop or sitting around talking and chilling. So, how do you pick and choose who's the loiterer or who's the person that doesn't belong there?
And that's and the problem is that's up to that's truly subjective. And that's across the board. All right, so for key example is every year, once or twice, I can't remember if it's once or twice a year, but they do like a little carnival in one of the shopping centers in the town that I'm in, not too far away. Mm-hmm. And the little carnival is, to be honest, is like right next to a Starbucks, and all they got there is porta potties outside. So, people, I'm sure, come in to use the bathroom or whatever. And
I'm not using the porta potty.
I would.
What? But yeah, all right.
You wouldn't even know it smelled.
So what happens is people, I'm sure Starbucks becomes much more subjective about who they let in the restaurant to just go to do whatever and who doesn't. So it's kind of like there is a level of management to kind of, I guess, I don't want to say protect their investment, but that might be the way that they were looking at it. Like, I don't see why these guys were posed as a threat or what issue that they had with them. But that's company discretion, and it's unfortunate that happened to these 2 guys. It's just kind of Starbucks is about to be kicking out some money. That's what I know, and it's not going to be free Starbucks.
Oh, absolutely. These guys aren't going to have to work anymore. And you know what? If this was an island incident, which means if there was nothing else happening right now, then that would have been an isolated thing. Oh, those guys got kicked out because they weren't doing anything. But with everything going on with race relations and just in this country, period. It's just something else that's going to make us bubble over and get angry about.
Right.
Which is why I said there's no reason to lead with your emotions in this and boycott Starbucks completely.
I agree.
These were a couple of bigoted employees who felt that these guys had no business in there, and it didn't reflect anything that Starbucks believes in or any of the guidelines they have written down.
Starbucks.
I will say this: have y'all followed what they did to the manager though?
No.
They said she's been removed, not fired, but removed.
They put her in another store.
So
that's not a good move to make, or even address it like
so. You know, but here's the reason why they probably removed her, because I guarantee you there's a policy on the books that says Starbucks, if a customer isn't in the store to purchase something, they need to leave. So then it's kind of like when people are asking, like, why haven't they fired the employees yet? Is it because that's a policy that's if you fire an employee, an employee for following a policy, it's like, well, then don't have the policy.
You know, South Carolina, they can fire you for no reason, no questions asked, and it's whatever.
It's at Will State.
Is Pennsylvania at Will State? That's a good question to ask.
Oh, I can look that up.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Google I got dual monitors.
This motherfucker.
Yeah, more porn.
I don't know, man.
Watch a healthy.
I'm just curious because I just think that's a bad look. But you make a good point. I never thought about that, Rich.
Whatever.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, because they you can do anything you want within the law.
Yeah.
As long as you know how to manipulate those laws and those rules, you can be the worst piece of shit on the planet and nobody can touch you because you did it within the law.
That's true. That's
and they just found a way to get in words, get niggas out they building.
Right.
By using the law. You said what?
I said that sounds familiar.
Yeah, you got to put it there.
So I mean, that's just one of those things. You can't. What you gonna do? Let me see. You said Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I'm looking. It looks like it isn't at. We have it's at will employees. So
what was that?
State or federal laws?
I don't know how to spell Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
you got it. You got it. You got it. Oh, you got it.
At will employees have little. At will employees charged with the burden of proof to prove that employees violated the law.
Pennsylvania.
What?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's
Pennsylvania.
I couldn't say something in my glass.
Boycotting everything, probably not the answer, like you said, but boycotting that one store, shit.
Oh, I guarantee you that store is about to get a complete makeover.
Yeah, they
recognize anybody in that store.
Yeah, I would agree.
When the sun goes down.
What was that one restaurant in Atlanta that closed down because they kept getting
last week?
Say again?
Talking about the one from last week?
No, this might have been months. This is months ago now.
You're talking about the ladies' restaurant, the chick that's on Food Network.
Not sure,
but they
all the time. Boycotted it for like 7 months straight.
Paula Deen.
Oh, Paula Deen.
Not her. Oh. Anyway, boycotting. I mean, if you want to handle business, without fucking shit up.
I'm gonna say this, and I don't want to seem like I'm trying to burn the city down. Marching, boycotting, taking a knee. That's all well and good. But there are things that are happening, and there are ways that people are feeling that aren't going to change or take a back seat until you put your hands on them. And I'm at that point right now. You can do all the sit-ins you want. You could do all the boycotts. You could do all the marches and this. And I would be at this point, if I was in the civil rights era with Malcolm and Martin, I would be attending some Malcolm meetings right now. Because it is getting upsetting. It's getting tired. It's getting frustrating.
I'm happy you phrased it like that. Have you ever came across the person like, I don't know how they lived back then, man. I would have been blowing up stuff. You make a good point. You would transition to it. I hear people say like, I wouldn't be able to take it. Oh, yes, you would have.
Yeah, you take it. You take it because
but it's a certain point. Like you pretty much hit your boiling point and you're trying to see an alternative.
Well, the reality of it is I agree with you, Brian, to a point, because I think there's two factors that are going on in this. Until you affect someone's livelihood or their life itself is really where it makes a difference.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in a lot of these cases, the financial part of it isn't as big of a factor. Until you get to where like you are actually starting to drain capital, then that's when you'll start. It's like kind of like the whole Laura Ingraham thing. It's like, you know, people get removed or replaced or done whatever because, you know, now her ad revenue is significantly less because she talked about that, you know, 17-year-old kid. So it's kind of in that same vein. It's like, you know, if they don't feel threatened physically, the other way to do it is by economics. And, you know, no one likes you to mess with their money, because I mean, it's like, you know, money is a tool.
Here's the thing, though, with messing with people's money, make sure it's something that you're going to affect.
That's, you know, that's exactly. See, but that's what happens is that whenever we start boycotting these things, there's stuff that's like non-sequential. Like, oh, I'm gonna boycott this extra latte. No one gives a shit about that.
We're never shopping at We're never shopping at H&M again. I don't know anybody that shops at H&M.
I've been in one. I've never purchased anything.
I know a lot of black people. So I mean, if you're trying to affect people, if you're trying to touch them where it hurts,
right?
I'm not talking about physical pain. I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to hurt anybody. Just make sure it's something that's going to affect them or something that's going to touch them, something they're going to see.
If it's not affecting, you know, them and their livelihood, it doesn't matter. It's like, okay, well, I can do without like the extra 5% that you're gonna you know, cause. You know, this like when folks were talking about the Starbucks thing, I saw like the immediate tweet reaction, like, well, I'm gonna start boycotting Starbucks. Starbucks don't need you.
No,
like, they don't. Like, they don't. Like, please understand.
Excuse me, just don't give your money there. That's what I say.
Be honest with you.
What's up?
I'm still gonna go get my Venti salted mocha frappuccino with double shot in it.
I mean,
my Starbucks, the Starbucks I go to, they hire black people. They like me. They know me by name. They probably can't spell it on a goddamn cup, but they like me.
Brian, he sings the Cheers theme every time he goes in that store.
No, man. That's the wackest shit you been said, man.
Huh?
Oh my god,
that's the wackest shit Brandon ever said.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
But I'm still going to Starbucks.
No, man.
No, the drink.
Yeah, the drink.
Oh, my Venti salted mocha frappuccino.
I don't judge anybody for what they do.
Salted caramel.
Wow. Did you just say that?
What did you say?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, but I'm still going. I mean, it wasn't my Starbucks.
Hashtag not my Starbucks.
Not my Starbucks.
Hashtag not my Starbucks.
Yeah.
We need to start that and take pictures with your baristas and just put hashtag not my Starbucks.
Oh, that
shit on Twitter.
You change it. This N-word said
that motherfucker changed.
We started a movement. Everybody doesn't hate us, but there are a lot of them that do. So you can't. And this is weird because the way I'm saying it, you can't blame the whole for a few. You know,
you know what? So in that same vein, we need to look at law enforcement that same way.
No.
Oh, I never thought
I've never looked at them like that either.
Wait, no. We need to stop generalizing. Period.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's where the flaws come in, because what happens is no one is looking at like the individual. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of people. They take a lot of people to like create these institutions and these problems, but yet it's still just a few, because most people they're just trying to get by. You know, like I said, have their like chai tea latte and keep it moving. You know?
Yeah, yeah. And in any position of power, you're going to have those people who something happened to them in their childhood and they get this position and they get a badge or they get a title, and they're going to think that they are godlike. So they're going to abuse their power. So that's in any position. So you really can't judge the whole just because you got a few dicks in your organization. That's why I've never said I hate cops.
I swore you were about to say you got a few dicks in your space. I was like, wait, what?
Right, that's what you said.
I swore you were going to say that.
Oh, what?
I said something about dicks and somebody left the video. I think I offended somebody. But anyway,
what kind of dildo factory you got?
What?
I don't know. I'm waking up. Anyway,
but you go ahead. Go ahead.
So Brian said when all of this came out, he said in a separate chat, he said, I'm trying to have my old boy moment or my oops moment.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Me too.
Have a oops moment.
I'm tired of working.
You gotta have a oops moment. You don't remember?
I was like, wait, he tried to slip in Walmart.
Man, no, I'm trying to have that moment where you might have to take an L. I don't want to take an L where like I'm hurt or I lose a leg, but you got to take an L for the come up.
I don't want to get shot.
What did I tell y'all, Sosa?
It's be careful what you wish for, man.
Hold on, wait, Sosa, what did I tell you? I said I'll be sitting in my car in the middle of the night smoking a black. I'll be riding through slow and rich neighborhoods. No shit happened. I'm waiting for my moment.
No, I'm not asking for that. I am good with a life without consequences because someone else did a stupid decision. Nah, man.
Well, listen, how much that dude that got shot on Briar River?
All right, so he because South Carolina, you only if you sue the state, you only get $300,000. Like there's a cap.
Yeah,
like,
I remember that.
Yeah, yeah.
Tax-free, bitch.
All right, but
I'll be right back. Y'all stupid.
All right, you say tax-free, but the lawyer that you hired is going to take like 40% of that. So, so then there's that. But yeah, so you got like
got six figures.
I think he got $285,000. But I'll be honest, man. Yeah. See, but let's be honest, man, because that
it's not gonna last forever.
And not only can it last forever, but anytime he's going to be stopped by a law enforcement officer, he's going to have that moment play back out in his head every time.
Well, that's PTSD.
You know? That's the thing. I don't want to get shot. That's I'm not saying I want to get shot.
Who says getting shot's not necessarily the worst thing that can happen? There are other things that can happen that are worse than getting shot. Yeah. So man. Nah.
Yeah, like those cops in Philly that were sodomizing people.
Right. Yeah, man.
Go ahead, Brian. Take one for the team.
No.
See? Now that changed your mind, doesn't it?
Yeah, my booty hole gonna stay intact for the rest of my life. Ain't nothing happening. That ain't worth the come up. I'm saying like the farthest I'll go is like I'll get slapped. Yeah.
Nah, even then still it's like there's a retaliation factor built into that one.
I really don't think you would take that, Brian. Brian will start swinging.
Yeah, he would. He's more calculated, though.
Yeah, you got to comment. Right.
Got a comment on the Starbucks said, "No, I'm boycotting these backstabbing assholes. No longer friends."
Well,
that's all right. That's your prerogative.
That's your prerogative, man. I mean, you say all right because think about how many I'm sure there are other companies that someone has probably said I'm boycotting this place, and then 3 months later it's like I'm gonna walk back in here and I'm gonna give them my $12
because you forget.
But again, because it's not of consequence because it's like. For me to say I don't need this latte is not exactly like, all right. Think it back to like the 60s or whatever. Those like boycotting the bus system that had impact. That shut the city down. That shut the city down. But not only that, but then people getting to work and being able to move from place to place. That was an extreme consequence. Boycotting a latte is not exactly going to really do anything to your quality of life. Like it just doesn't. And I think
sometimes I miss my midday nap and I miss that. I got to get that latte on my day's fucked.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm. You're a junkie.
Right. Yeah. So
I don't have a problem. I can stop anytime I want.
Certain terms of consequence, man. It's just there's nothing there for in most of these cases. It's not enough of a we make these movements, and it's either we boycott something for about a good 2 months, because I'm sure there are people who have already started back shopping at H&M, or it's literally of like zero consequence to you. So yeah, I can do like hashtag whatever, and then you'll just be done with it from then and there up. So it's
sure.
Yeah,
we're such a
forgetful.
We're an ADHD society,
Microwave.
and we're always looking for something else to be pissed off about before we finish the movement we started.
Mhm.
right.
So we got all these.
Did we forget, or we're just bombarded with other information?
We don't know what to
We
focus
are
on.
bombarded, and we do.
It's
forget.
both. I think it's both.
It's like right now,
Both.
everybody's focusing on Starbucks and other things. It's like we have all these other movements that we hadn't even finished yet.
Flint still doesn't have clean water.
I was about to say, don't have water. Flint doesn't have water. Puerto Rico doesn't have electricity. We want to be what's now instead of let's finish what we started.
Yeah,
And that's a huge problem. Huge problem, because we tend to make people feel like we don't give a damn about them when we forget them because we got another shiny object over here to run to.
How do we fix that?
We just need to maybe we need to delegate some people to continue a cause even though everybody else is going to something else. You can't make people stay in a certain place.
No, but that Flint shit has been going on for what, 4 years?
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard to keep forgetting about it until somebody brings it up. You'd be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that thing.
Because I'm quite
Yeah,
sure
but
there's
then-
not as many celebrities donating water like they were when it was the hot topic.
But then, like you got some people that are way louder than other people, and those people that are louder are the ones we tend to look at. So if the people in Flint don't have that voice that can overpower, which they should, then we're gonna pay attention to other shit. And right now, we paying attention to dumb shit. We worried about Taylor Swift.
What a fucking segue. You're fucking awesome.
That was smooth, bro. That was smooth. You got me there, bro. That was nice. That was real.
Can I get on the big screen? There we go. Yeah.
Oh, Taylor Swift.
Yeah, we worried about this chick, this non-singing chick. We shouldn't be worried about her. She shouldn't be a thing, but she did piss black folk off. There are some things in the
You
black
cannot
community. Thank you.
Yeah, you don't touch Earth, Wind, and Fire.
You don't touch music, and you don't touch food.
You don't touch
Hey.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Hey,
You
man.
don't touch Frankie, Beverly, and Maze. You don't do that. Marvin, all that.
She went up against Captain Planet, dog.
And you know what?
Oh,
I'm not even gonna be that guy and say you can't touch certain black music. There are certain people who can't touch certain genres.
You got to come correct, bro.
She can't do that.
Yeah, I think the thing with her with that is that it was so soulless to the point of where it's like when you hear it, it's almost you hear it knowing the original song. It's like, what happened? It's like you took. It's like you just sucked the life out of the song.
Apple O'Brien.
Yeah.
Apple O'Brien. Yo, she had a banjo playing in the background.
Bruh.
Banjo. Not acoustic guitar, banjo. Like this is Deliverance or some shit.
I consider myself very respectful to women. Okay. I do.
So do I.
But when I heard that shit,
fuck yeah.
I said, did this bitch just try to recreate the song?
What a banjo.
She tried to recreate an Earth, Wind, and Fire song. Like millennials weren't gonna. They knew that shit wasn't right.
Thank you.
That does not sound right. What is that? What is that?
This should be on. I hope they put the. I hope they address this on Black Jeopardy.
Oh, that'd be flames. That'd be flames.
If they invite, if they invite her on that episode, that would be hilarious.
Oh, she gotta show up to the cookout with the raisins.
Yeah,
you won't see.
You're right.
You won't see her. Right. You won't see her for at least 6 months.
She's so
fucking up in entertainment and like music and shit is just like wrestling. When a wrestler gets hurt, he disappears for 6-7 months, and then comes back recreated.
What do they do during that time? Not to throw a sidebar.
What, wrestlers?
Yeah.
Some of them make movies. And some of them sit home and rest with their families.
Oh, okay.
Get back on the steroid cycle.
Got to do what you got to do, son. But she should not have done that. I don't know who her what do you call them, PR person?
Yeah. Well,
I don't know who wrote her.
You can't fix this.
Yeah, who wrote that song? Like someone actually had to create the notes for that.
She's gonna spin it somehow. She's gonna make it funny.
I thought it was such a great idea.
She's done.
Yeah. She's
not
done.
Kanye actually did that to her.
Done? No, I don't think she's done.
Because the same people that flock to Starbucks are the same people that buy her music. So.
Well, listen now. You get so many retribution moments. You get so many retribution moments in music. Okay. Because after the Kanye thing came out, she said something fucked up about Kanye and had to apologize about that. Then something happened with some dude she was dating. She had to apologize about that.
Which one didn't she date?
What dude was she dating?
I don't remember. I just remember her like having to make up some story about something.
She always talk about somebody though.
Yeah, and now no, she's done. I mean, she has to go. Maybe go to the Bahamas, go chill out overseas.
I don't know, man.
Go to South Africa.
Yeah, she might get a Grammy out of this shit.
Don't go to South Africa. That's the last place anybody not black want to be.
The Afrikaans.
They are kicking motherfuckers out of South Africa right now. I'm telling you.
Oh, have y'all seen that? The clips and stuff about that?
What are you talking about?
Like a lot of those people are like damn near in camps now because
they're you hadn't heard Sosa?
No.
The president is,
Nelson?
No.
Nelson.
I'm just playing.
Oh.
But he is claiming reclaiming African land.
Oh.
So if you are not of African heritage, not of African blood, then you are getting your land taken with no compensation.
Jordan
did I make that sound as college like as possible?
Jordan Fist bump. I like that. Oops.
You know that's where Tink Tink's from, right?
Tink. Poor little Tink Tank?
Yeah.
Who?
You remember the dude with the Blade Runner? With the fake legs?
Oh yeah, the dude that killed his wife.
Put something.
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, when he said Blade Runner, I thought about the movie. I was like, I don't remember no my legs.
No, that was Trace, not his stupid butt. But I know what you're talking about.
Pistoria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're kicking. So wait a minute. Time out.
Yep.
So Europeanish people are sitting in camps.
Yeah. Their ancestry is like Dutch or whatever. But yeah.
Right. Yeah. Because that's a colony. Right.
Yeah. And the thing is, they had whole neighborhoods in South Africa that didn't allow black people. Like no black people allowed. How are you in a country of black folk and they can't come in land that they've been in since the beginning of time?
Man.
Well, I mean, I'm not in here though.
I don't even know how to make this whole situation level. Because you know how I like to say, oh, I'm not saying this, but this. I can't even do it. It's like you shouldn't have done it. So they gotta leave.
No, that's karma. No, that's thousands of years or hundreds of years of you're fucking with our land.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, fuck it.
Like let's say out of nowhere somehow Native Americans make this huge resurgence, okay, and they find laws to tell everybody to leave. We have to leave,
right?
The land was taken illegally.
All of us ain't got nowhere to go.
Yeah,
ain't got nowhere to go either.
Yeah, we all mixed up. White people too. I hope they know that.
I'm good.
Scandinavian. You're pure. You're pure. I forgot Sosa.
Fuck you, Sosa. I'm coming too, nigga.
Like,
I'm good.
He was like, I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm straight.
I know where I'm going. I know what country I'll end up in.
I'm going with Sosa. Fuck that. He know people.
Hey, come on.
I can't go back to Africa. I don't know nobody.
You know Lupita.
Hey.
Lupita's from Mexico.
Oh yeah.
No,
right. She was born there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but well, her parents were what? They worked in the embassy.
If she played in the Olympics, she'd be Mexican.
She could be. So real quick, have y'all ever heard her speak Swahili and Spanish?
No, I haven't.
Yo,
I have.
man,
I have.
like
Of course, Brian has.
I listened to it repeatedly.
Eh.
Anyway, so anyway, we're gonna get off this.
just a quick tidbit. That's all.
Since we're talking about the elite and their tendency to forget what they've done or ignore things,
Oh yeah.
can we skip over to Fox News real quick? Can we talk about
Please.
Real quick.
What they just choose to be really, really selective about?
Listen, there are memes going around about Fox News, and all of them are accurate and hilarious.
And what's that?
Hey, put that on the chat because I ain't seen them.
So right now they're talking about what, Cohen?
Yeah.
So it's like they'll name all the news networks: CNBC, Cohen; NBC, Cohen; CBS, Cohen; Fox News. There's a dog humping a lady outside.
Hey, did I tell you? No, did I tell y'all? Like when the Sean Hannity thing hit today, I was at the gym, right? I look up, I saw it on my phone. I said, let me look up and see what these screens are saying. It's like Sean Hannity Cohen, Sean Hannity Cohen. Okay, local news talking about Sean Hannity Cohen. They're talking about Chick-fil-A in New York on Fox News. I'm not bullshitting. It's something
low key. I started to make a meme today.
Like what,
bro? I started to make a meme today and say, "Hey, can somebody go check on their Fox News friends so they can tell them what's going on in the world?" Because apparently they're ignoring shit.
Yeah, I mean, if you know, there's no way you could actually be completely just like devoid. Like if every station is talking about it, I mean, like you get down to like NPR is talking about something. At least NPR, I mean, I know they kind of move slightly left from middle, but it's not like they don't go like to the level of like CNN and some others.
Well, at the end of the day, media is liberal for the most part to a sense, but they report it, and a lot of times it goes liberal because they for the people. So that's kind of where it goes.
That's ideally what it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, to say you completely have just gloss over an entire story. I mean, if one of your lead anchors is found to be in, you know, some sort of agreement with the lawyer that is, you know, that is under investigation for something, that's to just completely disregard it, just asinine at this point.
Hey, he's on our team. We're not gonna talk shit about him.
Well, that's
They're not gonna
the comparison. A good term to say at this point is like, don't shit where you eat. Fox News, of course, is you know, the whole left, was it right? They're right wing, whatever. Super fucking right wing. Right wing falls under all these other organizations that fall under Trump, blah, blah, blah. You are not going to talk shit about the people that pay your bills. And right now, the people that pay your bills are fucking up.
Sean Hannity pays a lot of bills for that network. He's the last one left that's a moneymaker. This is really interesting.
Exactly. So you have no choice but to find these
puff pieces.
Like, yeah, there you go, puff pieces.
Yeah.
That mean absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Who was he going to war with? Who was he had a beef with back and forth?
Jimmy Kimmel.
I can't wait.
Jimmy Kimmel's gonna eat him alive tonight.
Man.
We can do it now. Jimmy
Kimmel can get on TV tonight and just grin for an hour, and it'll be good.
I'm gonna have to watch it on Hulu. I might have to record that. I gotta record that. It's epic.
It don't come on YouTube.
Oh, it'll be on YouTube, but it'll probably be like later.
I'm subscribed to Jimmy Kimmel, so I'll see it.
Yeah. I don't understand it, and they're going to try to rationalize it at some point.
Of course.
Like you say, what did you say? The guy that actually did address it?
Oh, Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson. You say he did address it?
Carlson did and said, what did he say?
It's his business.
Whoever represents him, whoever I guess lawyer represents him is his business. Like, bro, no.
You don't get that. You don't get that opportunity.
That lawyer is involved with the biggest scandal in the world right now. What? No, don't work like that, bro. Can't spend this.
Sorry.
Bro.
If this was the shoe on the other foot, y'all have been all over it. Y'all have created a whole nother network just to cover this. You don't get to pick and choose the news. That's not your job. The job of an anchor, anybody in the media, is to present facts fair and balanced.
Well, that's
not opinion,
unbiased.
not emotion. Some things are going to touch you emotionally. You can't help that.
Oh, this is what Tucker said exactly. Who he hires as a lawyer and why is nobody's business.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You have to.
And they was fighting to keep him mysterious. They were fighting to keep his ass.
They really were. When that thing dropped, I was like, it couldn't have been any better, bro.
Night.
Yeah, it could have been any better. They just lost Bill O'Reilly too. I'm like, y'all on like life support, bro.
Wait, so is Bill O'Reilly like he's gone now, right?
No, he's gone. He can't. He got like a podcast or something now.
Okay, that's what I remember. He was gone, but I thought like he came back for something. Okay, so he's gone. All right.
No more corporate checks for him.
Gone. Oh, now you're gone. I probably don't need to drink while we're doing podcasts. But anyway,
shit, I wish I had that.
It's karma. It's all karma.
It is.
I believe the universe makes things right. That's why I'm fucked up
to be honest with you, the way that they're ignoring what's going on, that channel needs to be shut down because, like I said, your business, your job, your obligation as a media outlet is to present the news.
But you know what? We say that, unfortunately,
their supporters don't give a fuck,
right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, if it, news at this point is treated as either a confirmation bias factory or it's entertainment. So, let's be honest. Like, one of the most eccentric YouTube channels around is Alex Jones. That's got like a really, really heavy following. So let's be honest. It's like if we were saying that it needs to be shut down because he's been accepted as a real journalist.
No.
So YouTube's not going to shut his channel down because of it. So,
dude, I heard it real quick. I heard an interview where they interviewed his ex-wife.
Oh, no, he's strange, man.
She pretty much said he's batshit crazy, and pretty much all these news is the money maker, and now he's damn near possessed about it.
All of them are. They're all batshit crazy. In order to believe some of the bullshit you pour out of your mouth, you have to be unhinged.
Yeah,
there is no other way about it.
But she's afraid that her son is getting brainwashed by him.
Or you have no conscience.
Part. I think it's the conscious part too. But
I mean, part of it, I'm gonna echo what Rich said about maybe 2-3 podcasts ago. He said people don't want to admit they're wrong, and they're gonna fight this tooth and nail, so they don't have to admit that they're wrong.
Right.
But see, and then there you go. You don't want to admit you're wrong. You're holding on to something that's an untruth. In order to do that, you have to be unhinged. These motherfuckers.
I wouldn't even say that. I think no one. All right, so to say, I wouldn't say go as far as to say that someone needs to be unhinged. I do think that that's just common human nature. Like, how many times has anyone really like been in a situation? Let's say an agreement with with your spouse or whatever, right? Or just you having to disagree with your partner. And so you sit there, it's like you will say something and be like, well, I thought I told you about this. And it's like, no, you never did that. And it's like, well, you'll sit there and try to find every reason as to why you thought you did, but you know you didn't. And it's not that you're crazy. You're not crazy. It's simply just the fact that you're like, I don't want to admit the fact that I'm wrong. So
this is extreme.
See? But see, something brings you back when you realize you took that Viagra and that shit's kicking in.
Wait,
you're gonna be like, I was wrong, baby. I was wrong. I can't let this go.
You're saying extreme in the example. I don't necessarily think that's the case. I think it's just it is a I would say it is like the times 1 million example, but I think it's still in the same space. Is that a person doesn't want to be wrong,
but
so they double down so many times to where it's like 2 to the 65th power.
Right, but what happens when you finally can't admit that you're wrong? The other person walks away.
Right.
So you're now single. These motherfuckers need to be single.
And I think that's
But see, here's the thing though. That is a rational, not even a rational. That's a normal person.
Yeah,
They're going to eventually admit that they did something wrong, even though the person that they were arguing with has left.
all right.
These people are not admitting that they did anything wrong.
But there, I don't think we're far enough in to say that they are. Like, hold on, you know how it is? It's like when the world's about to collapse. It's like, you know what? I think I messed up, but yet that meteor is about to hit you in the face. I think we're not at the point yet where things have gotten so bad to the place where a person needs or feels the need to believe that they're wrong. No, you know what?
No, listen. Real quick.
All right, okay.
He just bombed a city with 2 million people and killed over 150 children. Are we not deep enough in this yet?
I would know. Oh, I'm not saying that we are okay with this. All I'm saying is, every time we keep saying it can't get worse, we are surprised weekly. So unfortunately, it's not. I'm not saying that any of this is excusable or permissible.
No.
But saying that it could get worse than this is probably like, that's that's a stretch.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Well, it's.
I'm not surprised anymore.
Yeah, right. I mean,
more and more people are admitting that they fucked up and that this whole situation is fucked up. There are certain people that I'm waiting to say it, and these are people that I personally know. I can't speak for a bunch of supporters that I've never met before.
Right.
Saying that whole world's wrong, blah, blah, blah. I want people that I personally know to say, holy shit, what did we do?
But what are they holding on to? Like, what are they holding on to? Like, to feel like they're right, or they're afraid
the ego. It's ego.
It's pride. It's pride.
That's it.
What pride do you need to know the country is going to shit because we're making stupid decisions based on like some machismo shit?
Your own.
Yeah,
that's the pride you need. It's just your own pride. It's nothing to do with
space.
Yeah.
Well, listen, and you don't, because you're not batshit crazy. Listen,
you still look like
I'm holding on. There's something loose. Not in all of them.
I can't. No, but that's okay. But that could be the same thread that someone could say on the other side too. Is that because you have you're crazy because you think a certain way or think about something about a certain group of people.
I never said that.
I'm not saying you did, but the argument could be proposed that way.
Yeah.
What do you say? Huh?
What you mean?
All right. So my point is, how we're saying that, because of a certain ideology, you're inherently crazy. I mean, there are crazy people. There are crazy people on the left too. So let's
absolutely.
I'm not, but again, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Like the crazy chick that ran up on Cosby.
Right.
The chick that was on the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
She has some nice boobs. I'm not even gonna lie, and I'm gonna lose some feminist fans or followers, but it is nice.
Damn it, we're never gonna have sponsors because of this shit.
Those are nice boobs.
Boobs and titties. Nice New York boobs. But anyway, go ahead.
So there are people that can say, and I can kind of agree with this, that there were people who were fanatical about Obama. He could do no wrong, blah, blah, blah. I love him. There are some things I don't agree with, but I still love him.
Yeah.
He's still a politician, so there's still a shady aspect to all politicians.
Right.
But he was classy, he was intelligent, and he didn't do anything to embarrass our nation.
Right. Oh, no,
you can't say the same thing about this dude.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Money don't buy class.
He tried his best. Even though there were things that he did that I don't agree with, that I hate, he tried his best when that camera was on him to represent himself, his family, and his country the best way possible. Even though, physically, emotionally, you could see he was shaking at some point. At a few points.
You saw that a lot of times with him.
Yeah, he still didn't let emotions come across on that microphone to where other nations were watching and could see that this guy could be shaken. And that's what I liked about this guy. There are some things, and then people are surprised when you run into somebody that's on the right, and they're like, "Oh, I bet you wish Obama was still president." I'm like, "Listen, no, you're right." Yes, first of all, but there were a lot of things that he did that I didn't agree with. So I'm not all gung ho, and I'm not worshiping this guy because he's still a man and he was still fallible.
Exactly.
We all have.
Damn it.
God.
This guy that you guys elected, you think he's God above God, and is so weird, and I don't understand it. I keep saying that I don't understand it because I don't, and I wish somebody could explain it to me.
Nobody will.
Why are these evangelists, whatever you want to call them, why are they worshiping false idols if that's one thing they're?
Because there are checks attached to false idols.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about the commoner. That's what I'm talking about. The common person you meet on the street who literally has no reason to even be on that side.
Oh,
that whole fear that I need to be.
I couldn't even tell you.
That's what I want to know. I'll never understand that.
Hey,
that shit crazy.
Well, you know what? To your all right, I'm gonna provide a counterpoint to that. All right, so you're saying that a person on the right, let's say for example, you're talking about, I'm assuming like in the vein of like a person who doesn't really have a whole bunch of money who supported him, right? And it's like he's gonna fix our country. All right, so let's take it the same way. Let's say, for example, Bill Gates. Bill Gates is pretty much pro anything that's, more left-leaning, more liberal, progressive.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. If we're taking that same argument and that same stance, then why would he vote for policies on something that, let's just be honest, his kids ain't ever going to be trying to worry about how to pay for college? Like his kids, and he's never going to have to worry about like some sort of wage gap. Because if we're saying that you're voting for, you should vote for somebody solely based on your current situation and your economic interest, then that kind of falls there. Like,
when you're using Bill Gates as an example, you have to understand Bill Gates got rich when he invented a product, not before.
But
so there is no wealth passed down to him to where he did not know the feeling of the ground.
But I'm not talking about him as a person.
Talking about the supporters.
I'm talking about this. Yeah, I'm talking about like why you make the decision to vote on that concept. I mean, granted, supporting him and using that, it's kind of like, yeah, this is dumb because you totally know where his money came from. I mean, they even said that the money, his current net worth would have been, he would have the exact same amount if he just left it in a CD and called it a day. Yeah. But I would say I would not discount the fact that a person based on strictly on their economic interests, it should not be that if you have a person who is extremely rich on, who's on the more progressive side, they're voting for policies and procedures and programs that are not going to affect them. And the same could be said on the other side. And let's not even use Bill Gates' example. Let's just say a person who's just after that. Listen, so I mean, it's not saying that, that you can't. And I mean, I think in a lot of cases, like what happens is a lot of folks don't read because it's going to definitely kill them off slowly but surely. But I would say taking that approach might be maybe a little much, because some of these people, they might look at it as like, they want their value structure to simply be like, I want people who are going to make their own money and do this, that, and the other, and have a capitalistic approach. Now, granted, the president you know, we know what his backstory and his dealings were, but that may not be a part
back of slaves. Yeah,
right. Yeah, but that may not be the core of what their thought process is. Because, you know, if you ever talk to somebody who's a little more conservative or right leaning, it's typically the value is just like, you know, having the American dream and the ideas and blah blah and whatever. So I don't know. It's interesting to see, because it's like I don't think when it comes to political discussion, I think it's like we want to immediately say that this person has this thought process, and then it's like there's no civil discourse in an argument.
But do they vote fluidly though? Do they just lean right because they're supposed to lean right? I feel like every election, those type of people make an excuse for why they're voting that way. And it doesn't fall in line with what they need and what they deserve. And I'm not saying you always got to vote left, not vote right or vote left, but I feel they keep taking the bait. And a lot of people, and I say a lot of people don't, but it's like, when has the GOP been about the common man or the poor man?
Yeah, I think a lot of people just they pick a side and they just keep running that race until I don't even vote no more.
I don't even think the political structure or anything like that.
It should be more than just a side either. Anyway.
Either way, it doesn't benefit the common man anyway.
No,
that makes a good point.
The system was designed to keep the rich rich. Now, of course, there are going to be a couple of things that they do that are going to trickle down to the lower denominator, but it's never going to hit the person that needs it.
Oh yeah, when corporations don't pay taxes, it favors them.
So what we see, I consider myself just a common man down here at the bottom, below the cloud. Okay, so what I'm seeing is you could at least push yourself to get here, so you can get some of this government benefit, so you can get some of these government
bootstraps.
Yeah. So it'll never be for the common man. So I don't really understand why it's always confused me why people would vote straight ticket or anything like that. Because at that point, you're let's say your life is a hill. Okay. You got your ups and downs, your highs, your lows, your peaks, your valleys, whatever, blah, blah, blah. When you vote straight ticket, it's just going straight across these hills. So you have these parts in your life, these little valleys that you're missing because you decided to vote straight ticket.
You know, I think that's a general issue with the way that people vote. It's simply because they look at what the quote unquote party's like setup is, and then don't realize what the person who they're actually voting for is going to put in place. Like it's just I'm gonna vote for this guy because, well, you know, I'm a Democrat and this is how it's gonna work. Nah, you need to take time and figure out, because there are bad politicians on both sides. You know.
Yep.
Let them tell it. They know what the fuck they're supporting, and don't question them about it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem.
I just feel like.
And what do you do? And what do you do? I like to say we have a lot of these problems, but then I like to see if we can come up with a solution. What do you do?
Read.
Well, yeah, read. I mean, Rich,
you can give them literature all day long. They don't have to read the shit.
Let's be honest. They are not going to read that shit.
You know what?
That applies for both sides. No.
Let's say let's say somebody set up a center somewhere around election time, maybe 6 months before election time, who that actually taught people what they were doing. Let's bring people in. Let's give them free lessons on politics. Unbiased lessons on politics. These are what these people believe in. This is what this is. This is what a Republican is. This is what a pundit is. This is what a Democrat is. This is what the House does. People need education. They aren't going to do it themselves. A lot of people are. Most people won't.
I mean, hell, let's face it. The way our news cycle even works is based on like a feed that you just simply scroll through.
Yeah,
it's like if the news doesn't come to you, then you don't get it.
Fox.
That brings up something that I saw. I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but this brings up something that Obama's first election against McCain.
Yeah.
So this lady was like, a McCain supporter said,
I remember this. Yeah.
Well, he's Muslim, and he's like,
yes.
No, he's not. Sit your stupid ass down. His own supporters are saying this shit.
Yeah.
And he correcting them, and they still believe he's Muslim.
That was the beginning of the Facebook feed news generation.
Right.
That's when everybody was getting those little blurbs off Facebook, and it was the news. Is what they thought.
My thing is, you know, you can sit here and try to teach somebody, but they don't. If they don't want to learn, then motherfuckers ain't gonna learn.
If you can lead the horse to the water.
And here's another thing.
But you can't make a thing.
Republicans or Democrats, I don't feel like. I feel like their priorities are different, of course, but I don't think their core ideologies are evil.
No.
But there are evil people within those.
Yeah, both.
Either group. This motherfucker Trump is evil. I don't know whose ideology he's preaching, but all these people who claim to be Christians, it's not them. So if you claim to be the Christian party, you fucking up.
They shouldn't even align themselves that way. That's a bad way
that
to
make
go.
Sense? I'm sorry. I think I'm.
No.
I got you.
Yeah, and I think that also yields.
Spanish got in the way.
I think that yields itself into a discussion of just how America, in and of itself, was founded. Is that we are a secular republic. There is no national. Yeah, there's no national religion, whatever. So, I mean, let's just be honest.
Are we sure of that? They keep trying to make it seem that way.
Well, I mean, yeah,
that's true. And then we could be a Christian nation, but we were founded by Christians who were being persecuted, so they left.
Well,
and now we want to turn around and persecute someone else.
Boom shakalaka.
Well, I mean, even then, so because you got like the Pilgrims when they came here, and then you have the folks that you have the folks that actually signed the Articles of Confederation, and then the Declaration of Independence, and then the Constitution of itself. So once you get all the way through, because there were even was it, I can't remember who it was it Jefferson? Like Jefferson was like a deist, like God exists, but it's not. There is no how do you want to say it? Like there's like the concept of religion in and of itself is like there's this God and that's it. Like there's just a thing that started the whole being.
Which is funny because most of them was Masons signing the Declaration of Independence.
Right. So
and the book that they read from is the Bible.
Right. So
I just don't want to disappear in the middle.
Am I rambling again?
No, you're not rambling.
You good. I'm not touching.
So
do it.
So it's one of those things where if we actually look at the core documents of what this nation was founded. I mean, they're like the Christian faith is the largest faith-based group in this country. That is a fact. But to say that America is a Christian nation, that's a stretch because it's not. America is a secular republic.
You're right. No, you're right.
Yeah, if you do, here's the way to do it. If you try to find God, Jesus Christ, anything that is relation to the Christian faith, it's not there in any of the documents. I think you only mention like a creator, and that's really about it. But I mean, it's not. But it's not saying any of that stuff is bad because I mean.
No. I
think religion is. I think for some people, think religion is great. Because it gives some people peace and purpose and understanding that there's something better than what we have existing here. but I think the way that people are twisting it to fit an agenda is terrible.
Everybody has. I think human condition is everybody is searching for a thing to belong to. What's wrong, Sosa?
I'm sorry. I just quick image of the people with the M6 or the AR-15s in church. Just
exactly.
I love guns. I'm not taking my guns to church to let the priest here throw some holy water on it. Thank you.
Exactly. And see, that's what I was getting to. That's when it becomes dangerous. Everybody needs something to anchor
themselves to, right?
Their souls, their spirits, their emotions, whatever. They need something to anchor it on. So that's when religion comes into play. I do consider myself Christian. I'm not going to lie, but there's a group Jesus or a certain kind of person that uses the religion in a way it should not be used. Yeah. Now, for me to say it should not be used means I'm judging people, and that's unchristian-like. But some of it is just crazy. Taking guns to church to have the pastor bless them. To me, that's nuts. We won't know who's the right religion or who we need to be following until we're done.
Yeah, I know.
There's a chance we're all going to go wherever we're going and see Buddha chilling there. Like, holy shit, I was wrong.
Right. And there's not been one person that's come back and be like, hey, dog, you might want to think about this.
Exactly. You might not want to kill that cockroach again. I'm just letting you know you might not want to kill another cockroach.
Yeah, man.
I mean, the most dangerous. I think the most dangerous person in the world is the no holds barred devout Christian.
Yeah,
they've done some amazing things, and I don't mean amazing in a good way, but they've done some amazing things in the name of Christianity. In the history of the world, since man has been able to make choices.
There's.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
the fucking Catholic Church turning their back on the Holocaust.
Spotlight.
I mean, you know, I can speak on it. I'm fucking Catholic.
Spotlight.
You can't say. I really don't know. I honestly don't think you can say fucking Catholic. But I mean,
I'm going to hell. It don't matter.
I've
accepted my place side by side with man himself.
I don't need no company though, so don't help me out.
I'm trying to make myself right. That's why I don't be laughing at the memes you keep sending. Nope, not gonna be me.
Hey, no, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, no, hey.
Oh God.
Jonathan, is your mic
see the FaceTime video?
Can you hear me?
No,
I can is Jonathan's mic burping everybody else?
Yeah, I think your mic, your feed is coming in like it's doing some Bobby Digital stuff right now.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
You burping. That's what we call it that's what we call it in the business.
Burping?
In the business?
I don't know if you want to restart your mic or come in and out of the chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that real quick.
Okay. Yeah, religion can be very dangerous. It can save you. It can make you the most amazing person in the world, but it can be very, very dangerous.
But ultimately,
It's all based on.
Like I said, I don't care what you believe. If you're a good person, I mean, you're a good person.
Yeah.
I don't.
But we're getting on one of those things where I said that we might not want to touch on in this podcast, which is religion. So
be about that life, man.
I mean,
be about that life, son. No, I'm just kidding. No.
I mean, what do they say? Back in the day, growing up, you went to certain bars and they were like, okay, y'all know the rules. No politics, no religion.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I think we're past that.
Well, here, you know what? And see, I think that is probably the reason why there's so much like angst or there's so much terrible discourse in those about those two things because they're treated as taboo. Like you should be able to talk to somebody about anything, especially if those two things are based on the core of what a person feels and thinks.
Send Jonathan the link. I don't know what I'm sending again.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It just
all right, well, yeah, and that's understandable, Rich, but you're a rational person. You can talk to somebody about it. Hear somebody else's side and be like, oh, okay, I'm still gonna believe what I believe. But if you go to the wrong person,
that's fine.
They want to burn you at the stake because you don't.
Well, here's the other thing. So Rich is a rational person who's intelligent, who's, let me say, informed. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not informed. So we can't sit here and have a conversation because then I'm gonna have to fact check, and by then the conversation's over.
But no, it's fine.
So
you may not be informed on the subject, Sosa,
right?
But you still don't want to murder me when I get in my car. But that's what I'm saying. There are people that we're talking about. I just made the comment of we want to kind of avoid talking about religion and certain things in the podcast because people don't believe what we believe. And Rich said that you should be able to talk to people about that. There should be an open dialogue.
Yeah.
And my point was there are people who you can't do that with.
That's true.
But that's with anything, though. I mean, there are some people who, let's just be honest, like if you're like, I'm a Mopar guy, and there's some guys who are like staunch Chevy fanatics. There's no way that some of us could be able to have a literal conversation like, which is a better car, the Camaro or the Charger? It's like, you could list all the reasons why. Like, nah, man, your car sucks. And it's like, you wouldn't even hear what I said. It's the same approach can be given.
Yeah, it is. And that's what it is. That's why you have to pick and choose who you
there's a level of
kind of hold these conversations with.
Yeah.
So is that an ice cream sandwich? God damn it. Bro, listen, I'm about to, bro. They used to sell those things in the calf. It was the cookie ice cream sandwiches with the little chocolate chips on top.
Oh, yeah. I'll fuck you up over these things.
Now the little chocolate chips were like...
He sounds so angry about it.
You ain't lying, nigga.
He was serious.
Christ.
Now the little chocolate chips would stab you in your gums, but them shits was amazing.
I missed out on that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I feel your pain or pleasure, whichever one you prefer.
I don't want to talk to you about that. Where are we now? Let's see.
All right, go ahead.
We all the way off fucking.
Yeah, what's our next topic? We went all around the world.
We talked about Taylor Swift?
Well,
anyway, go ahead, Rich.
We haven't talked. Go ahead. There
wasn't much to say about Taylor, except the fact that don't ever do that again.
Ever in your life.
If she ever
fire whoever told you to do that, fire them now.
You don't do that. Oh man, if anyone even tries to touch reasons.
The reasons
that we
are. No, man.
I hope someone's
gonna do like
slap the shit out of you while you performing that.
Oh shit!
Huh?
You didn't say that.
Huh?
What the fuck?
No, I mean anybody who gets up on stage and tries to sing reasons.
Oh, we thought you were talking about Darling. Can't say that.
No. I know the one last thing, because we're talking about politics and whatnot and talking about it. Mm-hmm. So what about Colin Kaepernick and Adidas?
Man, this is the thing that I don't understand. Adidas. And y'all made in pre-prep the comparison that you guys, I'll let you tell it. But the way you were saying how everybody else can do this, but he can't do this.
Oh, well, pretty much what they said about Colin Kaepernick. Adidas came out and said they would sign Colin Kaepernick to a sponsorship deal if he got signed by an NFL team. So I thought about that. It kind of was in my mind. I'm like, if he was signed. And then I scrolled through Twitter and it was perfect. And they said, I didn't know Kanye West was signed to the NFL team.
Dead.
Bruh.
Hashtag bro.
We have
know the Seattle Seahawks were about to give him a tryout this weekend. Well, over the weekend they released it, but since he said he still wouldn't stand for the anthem, he
said he didn't know. He wasn't sure.
Oh, well, either way, they wasn't feeling it, so they withdrew their offer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a litmus test now. So, so far, the things you can do and still play in the NFL.
Oh, yes.
All right. So we can go down the list. If I miss one, jump in.
All right.
You can fight dogs.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can knock women out.
Yes.
Steroids.
Yeah.
Drugs.
Yeah, Josh Gordon got that on lock.
Yeah, okay. I think murder. Have any murderers still played?
No.
Ray Lewis with that cream suit that disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Rape.
Ray Lewis,
you said rape. But as soon as you take a knee to fight, not even and it's the thing that kills me about the whole take knee thing. And I know this is old stuff to be covering. Okay. When people call in to stations and they voice their opinion about the knee and say he's going against the flag, this has absolutely nothing to do with hating America. Nothing. Nothing to do with boycotting the flag. Nothing.
Zero.
This is to bring awareness to the fact that people are being murdered in the streets for nothing. Okay. It's nothing to do with we hate America.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
And please continue what you were saying. The other thing that they say is, oh, how can he be oppressed if he's making millions of dollars?
It doesn't.
He never said he was oppressed. He said he's standing up for the oppressed.
And this is what I was going to say next. The thing that a lot of right-wing people say is, oh, if you got the platform, you need to use it for this and this. He had the platform.
Yeah.
Right.
So he used it.
Absolutely.
He did the best thing for the cause and for the moment that he could have done. There is no other way that he could have done anything better, because what it made you do, it made you look at what he was doing, why he was doing it. The bad thing is when you have a side that's way louder than you, unfortunately, kneeling and being silent during a thing is quiet. So you have these people that are louder than you saying he's doing it because he hates America. He's a millionaire. He doesn't need to do this. He's a spoiled little blah, blah, blah.
He was raised by white people. People forget that part too.
Exactly. So that's the whole damning part of this. And it bothers me to no end. And I can't explain it to anybody because, like we were talking about earlier with the religion thing, they don't want to hear another side.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
So they're just gonna go on what they're doing. Now, Adidas, fuck you.
Yeah, that's it.
So,
well, there goes
so you know, they're obviously trying to shut him up.
What you say, Sosa?
I said they're obviously trying to shut him up, or keep him from doing.
That's a slip.
Taking away from the game.
Yeah.
If I can be ignorant for a minute,
go ahead.
I want him to stop so he can play the game, or so he can at least sign the contract.
But
and then continue doing what the fuck he was doing.
But they're gonna have a clause, though. They're gonna have a clause.
Yeah, because see, the thing is, he's costing them money.
Yeah,
and
I'm not gonna lie. I think some of those owners probably feel him to a sense, but they know good and well Roger Goodell and all those sponsors are breathing down their neck, saying, "Yeah, do that if you want to."
Mm-hmm.
Right,
and your check gonna come out a little light.
Yeah, I don't know what the.
But
fix
I feel
on
you.
to this
I feel you. I would bamboozle and swindle them too to get my point across.
Because this is the second time he tried out for the Seahawks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pete
Carroll wants him, but
he don't want to take.
I applaud the man.
Yeah,
I applaud the man.
Oh, I do too. Yeah. He's not budging to the.
There are things,
and you know what? And see, to kind of rope in our point earlier. Remember how we were saying, like, whenever we take a stand on something, it's of no real consequence. I mean, this is affecting his livelihood. and he's taking a position on it. So, be that as it may, however you look at it, I mean, he's willing to say, I'm willing to go hungry for this cause.
No, he's not going hungry.
But I think ultimately it's like he knows that
it was.
Yeah.
He's not doing what he wants to do. He's not doing his passion.
He's putting his passion aside for the sake of just bringing cause to an issue, a social issue, which that should be congratulated in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are things that like there are like I think you said over $1 million has been donated to certain causes. Mm-hmm. There are programs that have been put into place because of his protest, and I think that people are purposely ignoring accomplishments that have been achieved because of what he's done, and all they're seeing is this. And to be honest with you, when they're saying you're disrespecting the flag by kneeling, there are like 250 different things that you guys are doing to disrespect the flag every day. Wear a flag bikini,
right?
Yes, I mean,
next on Fox News, Panda's sexual preferences.
Yeah. Which is probably a real story. I don't even doubt it. I remember seeing something about it.
Remember like the pandas that over sexualized or something like that? That was the story.
Pandas raping everybody.
Evidently. Rape panda.
Who's gonna suspect the pandas? Like, oh, a cute panda. He's like,
sexual harassment. Panda.
What?
Why did we all watch that shit?
I don't know.
Rich didn't know what we were talking about.
I've heard that line before, but I've never actually seen the
sexual harassment panda.
Oh, y'all are terrible.
We have no moral compass. What is wrong with us?
None whatsoever.
No.
Uncouth.
Right. So
uncultured swine.
I wish Cap the best. I mean, he's doing the best thing. He knows what to do. I mean, maybe before it was. I think that at some point, like at the very, very beginning, it was probably a superficial thing he was probably trying to do. Maybe there's a chance, but as time is going by, he's had the opportunity to think and learn and understand and see what's going on. Because to be honest with you, the people that are really, really pissed off about this are the same people that would have been pissed off because we sat at a counter to eat lunch 40 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's learned and he's a better person because of it. And now he's making actual social change. But I mean, to be honest with you, the people that I've actually seen complain about it, I see them saying, why y'all want to eat here anyway? They don't want you
here. Yeah.
So I mean, it's the same exact people, same spirit. So you just gotta, you have to find something that to anchor. I'm gonna use that term again. You got to find something to anchor that belief on. He's doing the right thing. I believe in Cap.
Likewise, my good sir. Likewise.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody got anything else they want to talk about?
No, man. I'm Drizzy.
Damn, we hit everything. Taylor is a dumbass. He fighting against Cap. Fox News, y'all some forgetful Jones like them motherfuckers.
Starbucks.
I'm still drinking my shit.
Hey,
as a matter of fact,
I wonder what Marcus think about that shit.
Oh, that ain't affecting him with his unicorn drinks.
Oh yeah, Marcus is always gonna go to Starbucks. He's good.
He gonna hear this and talk the most shit. I know people like this Marcus person.
So are we done?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Finished? I don't know.
Oh, we finished. Are we done?
I wasn't gonna say it, but I'm gonna let whatever.
I ain't got no more talking.
All right. So to everybody that joined us tonight, and I saw the numbers moving up and down here for the viewers. I appreciate y'all coming in, spending y'all night, y'all evening with us. You could have been doing anything else,
but you're here with me.
Yeah, Monday night. What the fuck is there to do?
Somebody folded laundry. I ain't gonna say no names, but
it's okay. You're talking to somebody that knows.
Okay. We appreciate y'all coming in, supporting us. We're gonna do this we've been doing this every week.
Yeah.
Now that you've seen it, tell somebody else, share the link, tell them that there's some guys out here that ain't dressed in wigs and talking about how church folk act, and I hate that shit. You know what? That should have been a fucking topic.
I am talking about.
Put it in the wait for next week.
This is my little gripe.
Where do we go? What the fuck
are you talking about?
When we get an opportunity, everybody has an opportunity to evoke change. Everybody has an opportunity to do things like this, a podcast, and reach thousands, if not millions of people. And when we get on this social media platform,
we forgot about that one.
And put on a wig and start acting like women. I'm sorry. I know there are dudes that identify as women. More power to you. You're not who I'm talking about.
Not at all.
I'm talking about the guys who get up here and act like church women and put on makeup and do these skits where they're playing the female part and acting like coons. Oh my God. I have a problem with that. It bugs the hell out of me. I'm tired of it. Why are we still entertaining this shit? Why are we still watching it?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't click on it. I always see the screenshot of it, and I scroll right by. I see it, but I don't click on it. I don't find that type of stuff funny. So
if we start getting popular, somebody's gonna see this and it's gonna spread, and somebody's gonna be pissed off at me about it. I don't care.
Who the fuck cares?
I don't. You have an opportunity to do amazing things. If you're funny, you're funny. You shouldn't have to sit here and tap dance all day just to make somebody laugh or just to make somebody feel good or feel something or know something or inform people. You should be able to do that shit yourself, being yourself. I apologize.
Are you talking about Madea?
I don't like him either.
I was like, you don't like Tyler Perry movies then?
No, I don't. Sorry, I can't. You can't be funny without doing that?
I mean,
very talented brother. Has all the money in the world, has all the opportunity in the world, and he's still tap dancing. And the people that are putting his movies out, oh, never mind. What I'm gonna have to make that my own little separate 5-minute spiel without you guys. I don't want to take y'all down this rabbit hole. It just bothers the hell out of me.
Hey man, we can save it for next week.
Yeah, because I want to hear this, but I know it might run more. But keep that, harvest that.
I'm gonna note it right now.
Put that in our shared spreadsheet.
I am in the spreadsheet right now. Give me a minute.
Yeah, put that on the cloud, D.
Yeah. But anyway, again, thank you guys for coming in and watching this podcast. I apologize about the last 10 minutes. But
we all were like little church mice staring at Brian when he was coming in.
What is he talking about?
I'm gonna have to watch it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I just feel like we got so much power to do amazing things. And we talking about, you want to see how your mama act in the kitchen? It's just, we just do the
I know what you're talking
sometimes.
About.
Yeah.
I know what he's talking about. I know exactly what he's talking about. Night.
Yeah. There's a lot of talent out there being wasted.
A lot of talented brothers out there. And that's why when you see, here I go again. And that's why when you hear or see females post stuff about dudes, it's always negative shit. Because they don't get to see us doing the positive things.
Well, we got to change that.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. I'm not changing shit.
Oh, God.
Sosa's playing same old G in the background right now.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, I'm going to put that up. Let's put that up there, too. Let's talk about the negative image of ethnic men. Because I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it. And I don't want to offend feminists or women who have been hurt by dudes. I understand you've been hurt. I understand there are things that happen, but it ain't all us. So
generalizing.
I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna end that. I'm gonna end on that note because I got some. I've been sipping, so I got some things I can talk about. But we ain't gonna make no 3-hour show. Y'all brothers, I appreciate. Huh?
Nothing.
Nah,
ain't nobody said you can't drink.
No, that boy don't.
You can't drink around me because you punch people when you drink.
Oh God.
We'll see y'all next week, next time. If we don't bring up these topics, messages, and then we'll jump into it.
Hey, tell them where else they can find us.
Oh yeah, I set up a SoundCloud page. If you have SoundCloud, go to SoundCloud, go to the search, type in The Company Podcast. When you search,
I thought you were going to say Twin Peaks.
What?
No, but when you go down your list of The Company Podcast, of course there are other people called The Company, but we are the greatest. When you go down, you'll see a gray symbol with a microphone that says The Company Podcast. Join that. I'm going to be posting these weekly. I got like 2 more shows plus this new one to post on there. Then we'll be completely posted on SoundCloud. We're going to find some way. I think Jonathan knows how to post these things while they're going on live.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah, we're going
to get it posted. Yes, we trying to turn this into something amazing.
Trying to get the iTunes, maybe even Spotify, Google Play. We trying.
Yeah, we're gonna turn this into something amazing, and with y'all help, we're gonna turn it. It's definitely gonna happen.
Double up, son.
Yeah. So God bless, or God bless, or Buddha bless, or whoever you believe in bless, and we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.